Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or afternoon, wherever or whenever you're watching this. Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Comics. For today, I'm going to review these comic books that I read yesterday while at work when I should have been working, but I wanted to read these, so we'll review these. We'll talk about some very interesting new stories that have been circling around the internet that are the ones that I think are the most interesting because there's a lot of interesting stories and yet there's more boring kind of stories at the same time. So, it's the internet. So, shall we get started with the stories? Let's do it. Okay, so, first off, M. Night Shyamalan is supposedly says to people keep hope that there's an Unbreakable 2 gonna happen. I never thought there would be an Unbreakable 2 gonna happen because he's not really a superhero. He was it's not a comic book. Let's put it that way. It's not like one of the like indie superheroes where he's a real life person. But no, I didn't think it that way. I thought that this is a cool movie, had a good plot twist, and now it's done. I mean, where are you gonna go from there? Are you gonna have Sam Jackson break out of prison? Come on. The man could barely break out of his car without breaking a bone. So, let's hope. I mean, it might be a good. If it actually happens, it might be good. But I'm not really. I didn't even think there would be a second one. So, that came out of nowhere for me. So, and then the next story, as I read from my cards that are my notes. Uh, the magic of YouTube. DC Comic Con this year is going to reveal, I guess, like not there's not any number of them, but they're going to reveal a couple more DC Direct animated movies. They're going to talk about Flashpoints. They're going to talk about this new Justice League War. The Justice League War kind of is interesting, but they didn't give any details on it because it's going to be coming out in 2014. So we have a couple years. Wait, no, we have next year. Never mind. I don't know how to do math. Yeah, so it's coming out next year. So look out for that. Other than that, there was no real details about it. They were just saying that they're going to show a clip and reveal Justice League Wars at Comic Con this year in San Diego. So if you're going to that, make sure to look out for that. And also talk about Flashpoints, the new animated DC Direct movie that's, I think, based off the comic book series The Flash, and that's where they started the whole new 52 universe. I'm hoping that's where it goes. If it's something else, then we'll have to wait and see. Story 3. Arrow has picked up for season 2, which is pretty awesome because I love that show. And apparently 3 million viewers love that show as well. So, hopefully the rumors of Nightwing, Red Arrow, Black Canary show up somewhere in this new season, which would be really awesome because, well, it's Arrow, so obviously Black Canary is gonna have to show up sometime. I don't know about like Red Arrow, how Red Arrow would show up. I mean, we see Rory in there, but how is he gonna? I'm thinking more in the future of like, how is his costume gonna look? Is he? Is Queen gonna train him? That kind of stuff. But let's just hope that season 2 is a little better than season 1. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And then also, there's a big story going around. It's been getting a lot of buzz. Um, the I think it's a cable channel or is it like a basic channel, uh, cartoon channel called Hub that debuted a comic book series called called Shizao. It's about a boy who gets a magical ring that turns him into a female superhero, which a lot of people are not really going for, I guess, because it's a 12-year-old boy that puts on a magic ring and turns into a girl superhero who fights crime. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, other people are probably thinking it's conveying the wrong message, but I mean, it's a cartoon. Come on. I mean, next thing you know, you're going to tell me that, dropping an anvil on Wile E. Coyote is, a humane, not humane society. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Point is that it's a cartoon, and cartoons should not be taken so seriously in trying to convey issues or political issues or social issues or any sort of issues at all. I mean, if the cartoon's going to be doing that, then yeah, you're going to get a lot of that flack. But if it's just like, hey, here's a cartoon idea, how about a boy that finds a magic ring, turns into a girl superhero? I don't see anything wrong with that again. It's just a cartoon. Relax, people. It's not conveying any messages. Just, if you don't want the kid watching the cartoon, turn the TV off. It's that simple. No, don't get angry. Just boom, turn the TV off or change it. Either way, you win in that situation. Don't want the kid watching it? Don't let him watch it. Simple. So that's today's news. For I gotta remember these dates because that would sound smarter if I said that today's news for such date. Oh no, it is May 30th. Yes, so that's today's news for May 30th. Now let's get to the comic reviews that I read yesterday. Shall we? All right. So speaking of Arrow, I picked up the issue 1 and 2 of Arrow so far. I tried reading the Smallville season 11 comic books because after season 10 was over, they went to the comic book format. Okay, but it didn't really work because I read the first issue. The first issue was okay, and then it just kind of like because they brought in Batman, but Batman didn't look like Batman at all. So yeah, I stopped reading it, but I was a little iffy on when the first Arrow comic book came out on Free Comic Book Day, and I read it. I'm like, okay, I'll give this a chance. So then when the actual comic book Arrow came out, now it is not based off the show, even though it says right here that it's the CW show. It's not based off it. It's just they're just claiming that hey, it has the same characters in the Arrow show as it does in the show in this. So, and it has chapters. See, there's chapters in this. It's not like a full like comic book of one story. There's like 3 stories in this one comic book that explains like the main story, then a side story, then another side story that will probably bring it all together after issue 10. So, all in all, I think these are pretty good so far because they have chapters and they explain a lot more stuff, you know, in each issue. And so, again, same thing, Arrow 2. This explains a little more of the main story and then explains how he learned Russian and how he got that tattoo on his chest right here. So, that I like this issue as well. And then we get on to Red Hood and the Outlaws Annual number 1. And this was really good because there was a lot of cameos of basically Red Arrow's life. I had Green Arrow show up, had his love interest from the before, I believe she's still, yeah, no, there's a love interest before the New 52 when supposedly his arm got cut off and was like this gold arm and everything. Uh, yeah, so there was drama between his old love and Starfire because apparently they go out now. And then Jason Todd is trying to slowly remember who he is, and he's telling Rory that he needs to figure out who he really wants to be and to not follow him. So there was a lot going on in this issue, but it was really good. So I think that they're gonna continue on and make it a better team. So keep looking out for this. If you haven't read Red Hood and the Outlaws, you should start because it's a pretty good series. So, and I hope it gets better as we get past annual one. So, all right. Oh, and then two more things. I saw on Facebook they had like a block picture of about five characters, five supervillains. They're like, who should the supervillain get his own movie? They had the Joker. They had Carnage, Bane, Loki. Who else? Oh crap. Who else was there? I know two of them they couldn't do because Heath Ledger died. Oh, and Kingpin. So they can't do Heath Ledger. Well, they can't do the Joker because he's dead. Can't do the Kingpin because he's dead. So it would either be, you know, Carnage, Loki, Bane. I'm missing someone, but yeah. I don't know. A supervillain movie. I don't know. That wouldn't be very interesting. That would be interesting, but how would it? Would it be how they became a supervillain? Who knows? And then also, I am making the Man of Steel costume for the Man of Steel movie, so I'm pretty excited to be working on that. So I'll show you it more when it's all done. So I hope you guys have a great day, and please read more comics and subscribe. Have a good day.